Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for August the 7th. I am going to be pulling one card for each sign, as well as one card for overall energy. And then we're going to see how those energies interact together as we move forward through the day. I want to take overall energy, but it's not ready yet. Here we go. Now it's ready. Whoops. These cards are misbehaving. I think we've got some hecticness going on today. All right, starting off with the Six of Swords. I shouldn't say they're misbehaving. They're just indicating before I even pull them some things about the energy of the day. All right, let's shuffle up for each sign. I like to just wait till it feels right. Till it feels right. Every day I'm shuffling. All right, let's look at Aries. Okay, so Aries, Seven of Pentacles showing up in reverse. Well, let's talk about our overall energy. We haven't even talked about that. We have a Six of Swords showing up in the overall energy. Six of Swords talks about this idea of moving away from drama and chaos into something that is more peaceful, more calm. All right, so it's an interesting overall energy. And what's really interesting is I think this card came up yesterday for Aries, if I'm not mistaken already. This is a card that talks about payday is not happening yet. So this is the second day in a row, I think, if memory serves correctly, which, you know, those of you who know me know my memory can be tricky, so I might be wrong. But Seven of Pentacles in reverse, there's some kind of payday or payoff that you were expecting today, that there's a delay with that. It's not actually happening. And with the overall energy of the Six of Swords moving from chaos and drama into something that is calm, I think that whatever solution you were looking for yesterday about how am I going to make this interim time work out, how am I going to get those things taken care of I need to get taken care of, I think that you're finding that today. This is less of an issue because with this card, you're finding a solution. You're coming out of that frazzled, oh my gosh, what am I going to do energy into something more calm, more peaceful. So that tells me there's some type of plan in place. It may not be exactly ideal, but it's also definitely not panic or anxiety either. Okay, so that was for Aries. Next up, we have Taurus. Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, I do think there's a lot of communication today going on about some kind of travel. And for me, this feels like not so much that figurative type of travel, of traveling from chaos to peacefulness. This is more about actual travel. So I think you've got a lot of communication happening today for travel, around travel, about travel. Okay? Interesting. Next up, let's look at Gemini. Gemini's Chariot in reverse. Look at that. So, for those of you who are just kind of learning the tarot, these can actually be two different travel cards. Chariot can be a card of travel, and the Six of Swords can be. For me, it's not the Six of Swords is not a main travel card, but it can show up that way sometimes. Anyway, let's start analyzing. So you guys see why I see a contradiction here, because we've got one travel card saying, woo, we're not going anywhere. And we've got another travel card saying, yeah, we're going to a nice place. All right, so what's going on here actually? I do think that there is some kind of goal, plan, target. It may involve travel, but it could be even more general than that. I'm going to say for a lot of you, it probably does involve travel, Geminis. And this is talking about this idea, travel or communication. I'm really picking up Mercury vibes here. So it could be travel or communication that is getting a little bit twisted up. We've got people trying to accomplish the same thing, but they're going about it in different ways, and that ends up, shooting each other in the foot so that neither one of them is actually accomplishing anything towards that target or that goal. That's what this card talks about. Now, with my overall energy, I think that at some point during the day you realize, that you guys are trying to reach the same place, but trying to go about it in different ways. And I think you guys come together and communicate about, okay, what works best? And then you start to go from chaos and craziness into something much more calm so that you can actually reach your target or goal. Will you reach it today? I'm not sure. I do think that communication is an obstacle for a while. I'm not sure how much of an obstacle, if it sets you back to where you don't reach the goal today, or if you do, you just have delays along the way. And since I'm not sure, I'm going to say that that's about a 50-50. Some of you, you'll still reach your goal. It'll just be delayed. Others of you, not today. It'll be delayed a little more than that. All right, let's move on. I think we spent enough time on that one. Let's look at Cancers. Okay, Cancers, Nine of Swords in reverse. This is one of my cards that I actually like better in reverse than right side up. This, the Tower is also good when it's in reverse. Anyway, let's look. Nine of Swords in reverse, along with our overall of our Six of Swords. So Cancers, this just tells me that there's something that has been stressing you out a lot. And I think that you are detaching from that stressful situation. You could be detaching from a person who causes stress, a situation who causes stress, but you are detaching from it. If not physically, then you're detaching from it emotionally, and that is bringing you some heavy-duty relief today. And we like heavy-duty relief. That's a good thing. Okay, so that was for Cancer. Let's look at Leo next. Excuse me just a moment. Isn't that funny? I just talked about this card, how I like it better upside down than, or reversed rather than right side up, and here it is. So let's see. Leo, Tower coming up in reverse just means that in the recent past, you've been through something where your sense of security and stability got really shaken up. And now you're recovering from that, and you're finding that what you're replacing that sense of security and stability with is actually much better than what you had before, which makes perfect sense with our overall energy of going from dramatic, chaotic, anxious energy into something that is much more calm and peaceful. This rebuilding or building something new that replaces the old thing, either way, is turning out to be better than before, which allows you to basically quit feeling like you're frazzled and stressed and in chaos, and allows you to feel like, okay, I'm getting some good land underneath my feet now. I'm getting into some calm. All right. Why don't you want to stay where I want you? All right. So that was for who? That was Leo's. Next up, we're going to look at Virgo. Two of Wands showing up in reverse for those of us with Virgo placements. Two of Wands in reverse just means that we have a choice about something. We have a choice about what direction we want to go with something. Or we may have a choice about things that we want to participate in and things we do not. With the Two of Wands in reverse, this is really telling me that we're not sure which choice we should take, which choice would be better. We're having a hard time making that up. Now, with our overall energy being the Six of Swords, this is telling me that the choice has to do with this idea of moving away from something that's been chaotic and dramatic into something that's more calm and peaceful. Maybe you have a choice about where you want to spend your vacation and get away from all the drama and politics of work. And this would say that you're kind of having a hard time making your mind up about that. But either way, you have some good choices in front of you about what you might want to do to get away from some drama and chaos. Okay, so that was who? That was Virgo. All right, next up we're going to look at Libra. Libra. What do we have here? I'm trying to remember what you guys had yesterday. Ba-ba-da-ba. I don't remember. Oh well. Okay, let's look at this. Let's stay in the moment, shall we? So what we have coming up here is the Three of Swords. This talks about heartache, heartbreak, sometimes upset, sometimes jealousy. Most commonly, I think of it as heartache or heartbreak. And it doesn't have to be, somebody cheated on you, or, it does not have to be that big and dramatic. Sometimes readers will go straight to that. It doesn't have to be. I've seen this card come up for, um, actually, for a young girl who was preteen who had found a lost dog and had put signs up all over the neighborhood. And her dad had said, if nobody responds to these signs by a certain date, then yes, you can keep the dog, because she really, really, really wanted to keep the dog. And about, I'm going to say 8 hours before that date was over, the owner responded after she had had the dog for a couple of days. And poor young lady cried her eyeballs out. So, it doesn't have to be where somebody actually does something mean or backstabbing to us, which a lot of people like to go to straight up on this card. It just really means some kind of heartache or heartbreak. So, it doesn't necessarily imply malicious intent or even malicious non-intent. So anyway, some type of heartache or heartbreak that we have, something that's heavy on your heart today. For those of you with Libra placements, well, we all have Libra placements somewhere. It's some house in our zodiac. And this card over here, our overall energy, says that we are moving away from the drama of a heartache or heartbreak. So wherever it is that we felt some heartache or heartbreak, we're starting to come into a more calm place, a place of understanding a little bit more, maybe even understanding that we'll never understand, but a place of a little bit more acceptance. So I don't see the heartache or the heartbreak completely going away, but with this card here, I would say it's definitely coming down in intensity today. All right, so that's for Libras. Next up, we're going to look at Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio. Okay, so we have Sir Nunos showing up here. What is going on here? Da 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 da. This is a little bit more of a complicated read, guys. So Scorpios, I think that we have a situation where we're definitely moving away from something that could potentially be chaotic or anxiety causing. We could literally be traveling with our overall energy. And I think that there is something about us moving forward, whether it's literal travel or whether it is figuratively traveling to a calmer place in our lives, that is shaking up somebody who is in our sphere of influence, somebody who is important to us that maybe even we're partnered with in some way. Could be a good friend, could be a romantic partner, could be a business partner. But I feel like this idea that we're moving away from chaos and into calm has someone feeling pretty triggered and a little bit, let's just say triggered. Let's just leave it at triggered. So that's something to be aware of. We want to make sure that we're aware of other people's feelings as we are moving forward. Now, we are not responsible for other people's feelings. So, we don't want to try to fix necessarily other people's feelings, but we also don't want to try to make things worse than what they are or make a trigger bigger than it needs to be. So we just want to be very aware and make sure that there's nothing that we are doing to contribute to somebody in our sphere of influence basically feeling insecure about this idea that we are moving forward into something that is more calm and peaceful and healing for us. Okay, so let's see. Next up, let's look at Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius. You guys have the Fool card showing up in reverse. This just tells me that there's something that you are continuing on with. You've already started it. You started it kind of as a leap of faith, not knowing exactly how it would end up or where it would go. And this just says, you know, keep putting one foot in front of the other with whatever this is. Now, when we look at the overall energy, this tells us whatever this is. We are seeing you, Sagittarius, moving away from some type of chaotic or dramatic situation into something that's more calm or more peaceful. This card implies to me that this has been, first of all, a journey for you. This isn't just a one-day thing. This has been a process. This card also implies to me that if Spirit has to say, keep putting one foot in front of the other, this has been a difficult journey. This has not been the easiest journey for you. And so this is Spirit just giving you encouragement and saying, keep on going. You've got this. Okay. So that's for Sagittarius. Next up, we're going to look at Capricorn. Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn's Ace of Wands. This just tells me that you're getting some kind of great idea coming in. I don't even want to say idea, that's more Ace of Swords, but a great inspiration coming in today. And that great inspiration has to do with this idea of moving away from chaos and drama, moving into more calm land. Can be about travel. Sometimes getting away from work gets us away from chaos and drama. Doesn't have to be, though. But you could be getting in some kind of new idea or new inspiration about a trip that you actually want to take, or new inspiration about a way to downgrade any chaos or drama in your life and to upgrade any kind of calm and peacefulness and harmoniousness. So we like this inspiration. This is cool. This is cool. The question is, you know, what will you do with it? That's the question. All right, then let's look at, that was Capricorn? Yep, now we're on to Aquarius. So Aquarius, you guys have the World card showing up here. This tells me that you are reaching some type of target or goal today. And with our overall energy being the Six of Swords, you have done something that allows you to find some peace now. And that is something that, you know, it took you out of maybe some chaos, some stress. You know, this could be as simple as, you know, I've been studying and I want to pass this course. This could be, okay, I've taken the test, I've passed the course, I don't have to keep studying. This is done. Whew, thank goodness. This could also be literal travel and that you've reached your goal. I don't know, maybe if you've been on a cruise ship that takes 2 or 3 days to get wherever you want to go. Now you're there. That could be as well. But there's something that is bringing you more peace, more harmony, more stability in your life that you have reached now. So you've reached that goal to where, you know, now you can relax a little bit. You can catch your breath a little bit is what I feel like. I feel like this has been something you've been shooting for a while. And you've put a lot of energy and effort into it. And just the idea that it's totally complete and done allows you to feel like, okay, that's energy and effort I don't have to spend anymore. I can refocus that and put that somewhere else in my life that maybe has been on the back burner while I focused on this. Okay, so who was that? That was Aquarius. Next up, we're going to look at Pisces. Excuse me a second. Sorry about that. Okay, so Pisces with the Princess of Swords showing up here. This tells me that you are having a conversation today that allows you to sort of get things settled out with somebody. This is a conversation that, you know, dispels some kind of tension or some kind of toxicity between you and somebody else, and it allows the two of you to move into a more harmonious phase of interactions with this person. Okay. So that's what I've got for the day, guys. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who may find it helpful as well. Of course, I always love to hear you guys' feedback, so feel free to comment down below. And I'm also looking forward to working with some of you personally later on. And so I will be happy to see you there. And if not, I will see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.